I am very excited to have Janet back with us. Janet, you left your former employer. They and you're looking for new opportunities, and I do want you to talk about that a little bit after we're done here. So maybe if somebody out there hears this, and they'll know how perfect you would be for their organization, because she would be perfect for your organization. I'm telling you right now. But Janet Hatfield, how are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm always good. It's so, like I said, it's funny that when Healing Warriors eliminated my position, that I thought, oh no, Zach and I won't get to work together anymore, and then I end up on the board for NOCO Santa Squad, and here we are again. So you just can't
Yeah.
get rid of me.
Well, I never ever thought that thought never crossed my mind. I knew that you were going to end up somewhere where you were going to be helping people. I knew that I was hoping I wasn't going to go anywhere, but I knew that we were going to have a chance to work together, because both of us enjoy doing, the whole helping others thing is so ingrained in both of our hearts. And
Yep.
I just figured, at some point in time you would come and just say, you know what, I don't need money, I'll work for you, Zach. Let's
Right.
let's get community pay it forward built up.
I wish I were independently wealthy, but unfortunately.
I will tell you, if I could say that to anybody and mean it, it would definitely be you. I wish you were independently wealthy as well. That way you could take over the duties that I need from you. But
I would love
y-
it because then I could just roam around and just help every nonprofit. I
yeah,
mean,
hey, there are advantages of it, and I mean, just saying that,
I
eventually it
know,
would be a pretty good gig,
I
pretty
know, I
good.
know.
So you do have a new pet project, though,
I
and
do.
uh, you have known about what they're doing for a little while, and this is if anything, this is a Northern Colorado event. I mean, this screams Northern Colorado. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the NOCO Santa Squad.
So last year, I don't know how many people actually realized, but NOCO, or not NOCO, Santa Cops dissolved last year. And it was around November when they actually dissolved last year, which is not great timing for, the holidays to dissolve something that was very dependent, for the families in need to have gifts for their kids at Christmas and for families. So the founder of this organization, he'd been doing toy drives for a few years and is very ingrained with, first responders and the police forces. And he's also a veteran. And when they dissolved, he tried to do everything he could to help them. And they just said, we can't move forward for various reasons. The space was part of it because warehouse space is really hard for a lot of nonprofits
Yeah.
that do toy distribution to find, and to have someone donate space. So if there's people out there who have space that they want to donate to NOCO Santa Squad, all you have to do is reach out because we're more than willing to listen because the more room we have, the more kids we can serve. And it just makes it a little bit easier to navigate when you've got extra space to be able to store stuff. So Marty found out that they dissolved and he was not going to let that happen. So he took whatever they had left over last year, even, and got those distributed so that they didn't just sit there. And said, we need to do something. So he and four other folks, there's a couple of vets in the group, and then the rest are all kind of first responders and just awesome people who decided we're going to start a nonprofit. And what do we call ourselves? So NOCO Santa Squad is what came in. And they filed for their 501c3. They finally got approved in March. So it has been just like go, go, go ever since. It's like, hey, we're official now. It's like website and events and all of this stuff going on, And the biggest thing for them too is that what they really want to emphasize is that it's about the kids, obviously, but it's also about the families and the parents because everybody has had one of those years where it is so tight.
Yeah.
And when you're a parent, you never want your kids to feel that. You try to shelter them from all that stuff if you possibly can. you always have to go, sorry, we can't do that right now, or money's tight, but they don't really realize how tight when you tell them that. So the stress it puts on parents when holidays, when birthdays, when things like that come around, and you are just like looking at, okay, I can either, buy groceries or buy a gift for my kid. That's rough. That is rough. That puts some stress on parents like you wouldn't believe. So for them, they are taking care of, it's not only Christmas, it's also for birthdays, for special occasions, because those things come up all the time. Somebody just lost their job and then their kid is having a birthday party. So they're taking care of people all year long, all across Northern Colorado. I mean, from Jackson County all the way around. This is not just a Larimer County or a Weld County thing. This is, as far as they can reach, as much as they can take care of is what they're trying to do. So the first big things are, obviously to get donors and people who will, either if they don't want to go and buy toys and drop them off at locations, they can just donate online, because that's where that money goes. It goes to buy toys. And on the website is already a map of where some of the boxes are located that people are already, doing toy drives for. So there's a map there that literally tells you where that is. And then the first event is coming up pretty much on our heels. It is like a week from Saturday. And it is their first clay shoot tournament that they're doing. It's over at Great Guns, where they all usually are. But it's a great event. If you are somebody who likes to clay shoot, please sign up. It's $100 for a single. It is $350 for a foursome team. If you are a company that would want to sponsor, there are station sponsors that are, let me look at my notes here. I wrote everything down so I wouldn't mess anything up. So there's stand sponsors, station sponsors that are $750, but that includes 4 shooters. And if you're a company who doesn't have anybody that clay shoots, but you still want to sponsor, just donate the foursome, to somebody else, and we'll find people to fill it. But sponsoring is a great way for them to be able to raise money for this cause. If you want to be an event sponsor, it's $1,500. Again, it also includes 4 shooters, but lots of marketing, lots of play. We love our sponsors, and we will make sure that you get a lot of marketing value out of these sponsorships. And it's a great way to help your community, because when we support causes like this, because there's a lot of families in need, times are tough. And again, when one resource drops out of the picture and another one steps in to pick it up, that many more families are on the list too. If you're an organization who needs that help, if you work with families and children in need, hit us up, get on our list. If you're a school district, whoever you are, get a hold of us and let us help your folks that you're helping with whatever services you're providing to them. But we're there to help everybody that we possibly can. And we network with the other organizations that do the same thing, basically. I have a meeting with a friend of mine who runs the Toys for Tots stuff for the Marine Corps on Saturday, because everybody is in a big partnership to just make sure that everybody is taken care of. We all have to work together.
Right. It's done right. It's not done like some of these other nonprofits in this area, Janet. And I'm not going to name names, but I'm pretty sure a couple of them that I'm talking about. But they treat it like, this is our area. What are you trying to step on our toes about?
Right.
And it's like, wait a minute. How is helping people stepping on your toes?
Right. You've got to consider the bigger picture. It's like, what are you doing this for? There is no competition in nonprofit land, and everybody thinks that. And that's not the way anybody should be thinking, because every service, every organization, everybody that's out there helping and doing their part, all need to work together. We all need to be resources for each other. We all need to, help each other and hold hands and just get our community stronger, because times are tough. It's gotten worse and worse over years and years and years. And it's not just something politically or anything else. It's just a matter of fact. The veteran cause that I worked for, that gets worse and worse. There's more and more homeless veterans. There's more and more, homeless populations that are happening out there for whatever reason, because most people are a paycheck away, from bankruptcy half the time, or one medical bill away from being, totally hosed when it comes to where their life is going. So we
Right.
can't look at it as it's not a competition. It's a
And
collaboration.
yeah, and see, here's the thing. Look, if one organization could do this on their own, there wouldn't be a
Right.
need for this.
Exactly.
One of the things that I was unaware of the Santa Cops thing. I was completely unaware.
A lot of people are.
How I'm unaware of that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've worked with Charlie Barnes in the past and his sleigh riders and doing the toy gathering for the Santa Cops. So that's shocking to me that to hear that, because I know that there was a lot of money put into that, and there was a lot of but the one thing that we've got that does bring a smile to my face, Janet, is when we were going to lose Northern Colorado Honor Flight. When we lost the leader of Northern Colorado Honor Flight, everybody was heartbroken because, first off, we lost him. He was a giant. He was a giant for a little man. He truly was. And we were crushed because of that, but then we were crushed because we were losing an institution.
Right.
Yet his team stepped up and said,
right.
We lost him. We didn't lose this. And Northern Colorado Honor Flight is still going. This is just one more thing where, Santa Cops goes down, but somebody else comes in and goes, this is too important. And
exactly.
It just proves that there are so many people out there who are looking to do good things, and it just makes me happy. You and I need to talk about the miracle of a community that cares. We've got a huge thing going on Christmas Day that's where we've got people who are deployed who can leave a message for their kids, and we're trying a book drive all over the world. We're going to try to collect books all over the world. So I need to make sure that we connect with that. We've got a couple Santa Clauses that are going to read stories and stuff for kids. So, it's something that maybe you guys can help us share and have some kids listen to Santas tell a couple stories. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what it's about. And I mean, these guys are, they're trying to jump in with like 18 feet, and do everything, very, very quickly, because the year has gone by super fast. I mean, I can't believe we're almost in October. I'm just like, what happened to this year? So with these guys, running and jumping and trying to get into stuff, the clay shoot was the first thing that they're doing. Then they also have, so on October 26th and 27th, at the Timnath Walmart and at the North Loveland Walmart, there's actually going to be a Toys by the Truckload showdown. 2 18-wheeler guys who got together and basically challenged each other. It's like, I can fill my truck before you can fill your truck. So it's Rick Rickard and Tyler Willocks. So they basically challenged each other and we got it together with Walmart. And so they're going to be out there the 26th and the 27th, one at each location, for everybody to be able to fill these trucks with toys for us. So that's another big event that we have coming up in October, to really kickstart the giving, the toy portion. It's not just toys. We're not just looking for toys. We're looking for need items as well. So winter clothes, coats, boots, any 0 to 18, boys and girls, it's pretty wide open. It's not like we're pigeonholing you and saying, well, we only take stuff for 7-year-old girls that like pink,
Here's the truth. You know what? As a kid, we hated getting those jeans for Christmas. It's like, what the hell am I getting jeans for when there's this cool toy out there? But the truth is, you know what? This was the only time that some of us ever got new clothes.
Exactly.
For Christmas. So you got to remember, this is also, it's out of necessity. And these are things, I love the fact that you brought this up, that every parent goes through this. Yes. Not every parent, but the majority of us parents go through this to where, we just don't have it this year. We just don't have it this year. What are we going to do? And you're dependent on people who, some of us have those people, others don't. Not everybody's got those people. So
not everybody has family where they live and they don't have that network, you know. I mean, it's not like it was back in the day when you lived, you know, right in the same town with all your family. I mean, people have scattered based on jobs, based on lifestyles, based on whatever. So a lot of them don't have that net, that safety net, you know. And so yeah, this is to help out with all of those things. And no matter what program it's ever been, when kids get coats, boots, those kind of things, they always get a toy in there as well. They always make sure that there's a good balance of that. But if you're one of those parents, so talking to the people who aren't in need right now, if you're one of those parents and you go by your kid's room or you try to walk in there and you're tripping over all the stuff that they have and 90% of it is stuff that they don't even play with anymore, you're the perfect parent to say, I want to go give a toy to an organization that's going to give this to a kid who's going to appreciate the toy they're going to get.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is. You know, when you aren't a family in need and you're not struggling and your kids get piles of stuff for birthdays, for Christmas, for all of that, they get very complacent about all of their toys versus the kids that are in need and the families that are in need. When they get something, man, that is like a cherished item to them because they don't have piles of it, you know. So it's a heart-centered organization that just wants kids to one of my people from Santa Squad that just wants people to be able to have some joy at a time where they may not have it otherwise. You know, it's a very small gesture to do. I mean, again, you can go to the site and donate. You can go by Walmart on the 26th and 27th and throw something in the truck. You can go to the clay shoot. Yes, we are looking for shooters. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for people who really just want to help out for this kind of a cause. And you're having a great fun day. Food's provided. You do need to bring your own gun and your own ammo. So if you're already a clay shooter, that's easy for you guys. And again, like I said, if you want to sponsor, we love our sponsors. We will give you so much play. It's not even funny, and put you on our partner page and everything on the website. And if you guys don't shoot, if you don't have anybody in your organization that's a shooter, just donate it back and we will find people to fill the spots and we'll make sure that you are the sponsoring person for their team. But it's a great cause and it's coming up on us. But we really, for their first one, we are really trying to push to make this kind of the launch pad for their events, you know. And like I said, then we've got the toy drive at Walmart, and then we've got our banquet that's going to be coming up November 9th. That one's going to be a serious fundraiser too. It's tinsel and toys is the theme for it. And it's at, I always forget the name of this place. I want to always make it backwards. It is Dreams and Dragonflies in Johnstown, an event venue that they have out there in Johnstown. It's really pretty. It's more of a wedding venue, but they do holiday parties. They do birthdays. They do everything. So it's a beautiful venue. It's catered by Les's or somebody's barbecue. I forget. It may not be Les's.
Les's Barbecue Smokehouse in Wellington.
But that's for the clay shoot, I think.
Oh, okay.
Not for the banquet. Yeah. And I don't remember who the one is for the banquet because we just got the flyer done. So we'll get that up on our website. But stay.
You know what? And share it with us, Janet, and
Yes.
we'll put all of this out. Look, I think that one of the things that you guys are doing, Janet, you guys, and you mentioned this before, this isn't only for the kids. Okay. One of the reasons why we're doing miracles is because miracles. I'm doing miracles because December is the month of suicides. Look, when a parent goes through this, I can't do nothing for my family. What the hell am I doing here? They'll end their life. That's the worst thing in the world for a kid.
Yeah.
So I think what you guys are doing, it gives hope for a parent that, you know what, there's somebody here who can get me past this god awful year and get me the next year when we can do this.
Exactly.
And we can keep building on people because they're still going to be here. So I think it's, look, as always,
it's giving them a hand through a hard time. And that's what every nonprofit organization is about. You know, it's giving them a hand during a hard time, no matter what that might be, you know. And there's organizations out there that fill, just about every need. They're all there. People just have to go and seek it out sometimes. It's not always very apparent, when you think, oh my God, nobody has this problem but me. Guess what? There is. There's plenty of people and there's organizations out there that you can find help for. You just have to make that call, or you have to take that step. So same with this, and I get that with a lot of them, there's an ethos, or there's a guilt, or there's a shame factor, or there's a lot of those kind of things, for asking for help, because it's like, I was never in this situation. I never had to ask for help. Now I'm here and I don't want to ask for help because it's embarrassing, or it's this, or it's that. So what? Get over it. They're there for you. Other people don't deserve it more than you. Everything is there to help you. So pick up the phone, get on the website, send an email, whatever you need to do to get help in the situation that you're in. You need to reach out
and do it now. Don't do it. Don't fool yourself into thinking, look, we've got this right now. We've got it, because you may have it. Okay. No kidding. You may have it. But if it starts to go south any further, it starts to roll out of hand to where you don't have control of it anymore. And that's something we've been trying to tell people forever. It's good to think that you've got everything under control right now. It's good to have that buffer, but it's always better to have somebody there to give you support. If they're giving you the support to stay standing taller, that's no different than them not being able to help you because you're so far down.
Right. So, and there's nothing wrong with
that's right.
With life happening sometimes, it happens. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't have it together, because again, there are organizations, there are people, there are networks, there are groups, there are so many things out there that, yes, don't wait and, and try to deny the fact that you are in a problem situation, because thinking, okay, next week or whatever, I will get it together, or this will get better, because you're counting chickens before they're hatched a lot of times. And then all of a sudden that falls through and your depression level dives even deeper. It's like, get help now when it first starts to get bad, because then
hey, look, the government's going to send me a check to get us by for right now. Right. It's in the mail. We know it's going to come any day now.
Right. Yeah. And then you start to, work your way down that spiral. It's like, if we can put a cork in that spiral for a while to help you get through it easier. If that check shows up, great, but if it doesn't, at least you've already reached out and you're getting the help that you need, to carry you across to the next level of whatever next is going to happen, or whatever your next move is going to be to get yourself out of it. But yeah, there's so many organizations. And the biggest thing for for-profit companies that are out there that want to support nonprofits is, every time you support a nonprofit, you are helping strengthen your community as a whole.
That's right.
So you, as a mortgage, a realtor, a whatever organization or company that you may be with, when you're looking at, well, why do I want to support, homeless people or this or that? Because I'm a realtor. Homeless people can't buy a home. Well, guess what? If no one supports homeless people, they're never going to be able to buy a home. So everybody pitching in to get our community healthier and safer and stronger will eventually have those people finally be able to, yes, buy a home, open a bank account, get a normal job, get their life together, and then they will be able to take advantage of your services. But if you don't want to do it because you don't get an immediate gratification out of helping someone, then you're in the wrong business to begin with, because you're supposed to be in this community to be part of this community. And being part of this community is building it from the ground up. Be that foundation. Help those people to lift these people up to a point that our entire community is stronger.
Yeah, see, Janet, you've already got the sales pitch for Community Pay It Forward right there. That's exactly what we tell people. Look, if you're in business where everyone's struggling, why are you in business there?
Right.
If people are struggling where you're in business, you're not going to get the business anyway. So, if you don't take and step up and try to help people, you're getting the business you deserve, honestly. Exactly. If you can't put a little behind it. So, this is, I am let's talk real quick, Janet, about what are you looking for? What is it that you can bring to an organization that you and again, I don't say this lightly, okay? That you want your organization to shine. This is the lady that you need to talk to. I
Oh,
watched her. I watched her bust her ass every day for an organization and do things that, I mean, Janet, you seriously, you worked harder than anybody I've ever met, and you did more for this organization. And while I still love what they do, I can't believe that they would let you go. I still say it every day. Every time I slip on the shirt, I still say it every day. But you know what? I do still support them. But
right.
what are some of the things that you can do to help another organization, and let us help you try to find a new home?
So everybody that I run into, because I keep my network always alive. So I've been meeting with everybody. I actually have the time to meet with them now, so it's been fun. I mean, I go out and I have coffee and we get together, and that's exactly what they always ask me. It's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, you know what? It's like finding a new boyfriend. You know what you don't want. So I know the things that I don't want out of my next adventure, in life. But what I'm looking for is, again, an organization that is out there serving the communities that they're in, that could use the talent that I have over the God knows how many years that I've been doing the stuff that I've been doing. 10 years of nonprofit work, event planning, marketing, development. I mean, I have done a little bit of everything. I've been an IT network person. I was a network or an IT director for 4 years. I mean, I've done, if you want to know who I am, go on LinkedIn and stalk me and, connect up with me if you want. I'm always open to connections. But that's the best way to kind of get a view into who I am. I have a lot of years. I've been in Northern Colorado since 1984. I have a huge network, and I work my network. I love my people. It's not just people I connect with, it's people I have relationships with. So I am the storyteller. I am the mouthpiece for the organizations that I choose to be a part of, because I want the integrity, I want the passion, I want the mission to align with what I would want to see out there, and what I feel good with being a part of. And when I do that, I become their mouthpiece. I tell their story, because a website can only tell you so much about a
Yep.
company.
Yep.
So I'm that person who I will dive in. I will learn everything about that organization. I will empathetically grab all the passion, all of the heartache, all of the things that are part of what made this organization what it is. And I will be that mouthpiece to spread that message and to make people understand the importance of aligning with those organizations. Because that's my biggest thing. I've worked for profit for years, and then I ventured over into nonprofit because I realized that I've been on both sides of the fence now, and now I can talk to for-profits about nonprofits the way that they need to be talked to. And some of it's guilting them. Some of it's because when I was with the last organization, I literally told them, I said, thanking veterans twice a year is great on your social media. But I said, if you really want to help the veterans and you really want to thank them, put your money behind an organization that boots on the ground every single day is doing something to help these people. And it's the same with most nonprofits. If you guys want to thank those populations of people, or say, oh, thoughts and prayers, or we want to help, this is how you help. You look at that organization, you say, what can we do to help? Whether it's volunteering, whether it's donating, whether it's, supplying services, even, it's like if they need an accountant, provide accounting services for free. If they need a photographer for their events that they don't have to pay out of pocket for, step up and be a photographer for them. There are so many ways to be able to give back to these organizations. And most of them aren't out there putting their hand out for $10,000 at a time.
Yep.
It'd be great, but every dollar counts,
That's
in a
right.
nonprofit.
That's
Every
right.
single dollar counts. So it doesn't
Yep.
have to be. When people used to apologize when they handed me a smaller check, I was like, what are you apologizing for? Do you realize that this $1,500 is going to help, 25 veterans, get services for free. I mean, it's like there is no little amount that anybody can donate where we're going to be offended by it. Doesn't work
Look,
that way.
yeah, businesses, look, the best thing in the world to do is put your business where your heart is.
Yeah,
Okay. Put your business where your heart is. Make sure that, people look, there's a really easy way to tie it in your business to what you care about. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I mean, there's people who you hear people all the time say, well, I support this, I support
right.
that. Well, prove to people
Prove
you
it. Right.
do.
And
Don't
stop
just,
looking for an ROI.
yeah,
That's
there
what
you go.
happens as well. The for-profits, unfortunately, because of the way that marketing people and accountants have all been trained, it's all about the dollar. And what are we getting back for that dollar? What is our return on investment with that dollar? When you're supporting a nonprofit, that's a little bit different. You cannot treat them like another for-profit entity that you are sponsoring. If you're sponsoring a stadium, or if you're sponsoring, a car wrap, whatever, you cannot sit there and take people as an ROI that you're out there helping, and say, well, we're not going to get any money back from this, so why should we support it? Okay, that mindset needs to shift. There's tons of reasons why you should be doing it, most of which we've already talked about, because you are part of the community that you're serving. And if you want a stronger community, and if you want to outlast that community, then you need to be in there supporting them on a monetary basis for those groups of people that need the most help in your community to raise it up a few notches.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Businesses, business owners, professionals here in Northern Colorado, you want to see how you can help somebody right now, today. You see that it just came on your screen, NOCO Santa Squad.org. Share out that website today with
Yeah.
your circle. Share it out to everyone. Say, hey, anybody in? Anybody in?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Make a
Join.
competition out of it. Everybody's got
There
people
you
that
go.
they like to challenge to stuff.
Yep.
It's like, hey, if you're a group of clay shooters, or if you're a clay shooter, and it's like, challenge your buddies, challenge your people at work. It's like, hey, let's get a few teams together and let's go head to head. Let's see who's good at doing this. There's cash prizes for this. There's auction items that are going to be amazing for this. So and again, it's not only for what you're going to get by going, it's for what you're going to feel after having supported an organization, and what they're going to do with the dollars that we raise, to put a smile on every kid's face, that otherwise is not going to have a birthday or a Christmas, and to give a sense of relief and a little bit of a stress reduction to the parents who are trying to navigate through those occasions that can't.
God, I love that. I love the fact that you're not just thinking of the one holiday season. That's the whole reason why we're doing this with the books, is so we can have books in Northern Colorado hospitals all year long for these for these kids who are going through something terrible,
Absolutely.
And I don't care if it's mid-June, little Susie getting a book with her name on the inside cover means just as much to her as it would if she was there on Christmas Day.
Oh, exactly.
It doesn't matter. So I absolutely love that. Janet, how do people get a hold of you, my dear?
So there are lots of ways
by
to
the
get a
way,
hold of us.
the first answer to this is not call your old office phone. We found
Exactly.
this out earlier.
That was so funny when you said you messaged me. I was like, did you though?
Well, thank God nobody else can get messages from that phone either. So nobody else is sitting there going, well, this guy's a dummy.
Yeah, no, that's not even a textable one. So that's why I was like, who did you text? So NOCOSantaSquad.org. Go to the website. There is a contact us page. If you have just general questions or want to get a hold of anybody, there is a contact us page. If you want to get a hold of me in particular, just throw a Janet in front of that. So Janet at NOCOSantaSquad.org. The phone number for the organization is actually 970-31-SANTA. How do you like that? So it's 317-2682. But the clay shoot is the big thing. October 5th. Be there, guns in hand. And yeah,
Guns are roaring. You know, it's
guns are
actually kind of
roaring.
funny. We're sitting here thinking of, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I went to a golf thing at one point in time, and I actually was standing behind somebody on the driving range, and I got hit by this person, and I was standing behind him. I could just see me with the shotgun, and everybody that was safe would be
It'd
in
be like a
front of
Dick
me.
Cheney situation or
Yeah,
something, wasn't
yep,
it, Dick
yep,
Cheney?
yep. The only people that would be safe were the people in front of me, because but yeah, I could not believe that I actually got hit with a golf ball on a driving range and I was standing behind the kid.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm
So
I'm not a shooter either. I was kind of laughing with some friends. I said, I mean, I would have to go out there with a super soaker, which I don't think would really kill the clay. We just maybe able to mold it after if I soaked it enough. But
there you
I
go.
just I just don't own any guns. So, but there's plenty of people out there who love clay shoot tournaments. They go to them all the time. They have them up in northern Colorado quite a bit. And most companies will do them. And here's the thing too. Here's another one. If you're a for-profit company and you have events that you do throughout the year, but you're not doing them to raise money, you're just doing them as networking events or vendor events or whatever, turn them into a fundraiser and pick a nonprofit to
Yeah.
be that beneficiary, because nonprofits have a staff of about zero most of the time to be able to pull off anything. And so for them to do events, it's hard. It takes a lot of manpower and it takes a lot of effort and energy. So be a third party vendor for these people, be a third party event person, have your golf tournament, but then take the proceeds for that and pick a nonprofit to be the beneficiary of that. Pick a
And
different one
dear
every
God,
year or pick multiples.
don't be a cop out and give it to some big organization. Look
Exactly.
across the street at an
Yep.
organization that's right across the street from your building. Understand, there are people who are busting their ass every day in your town. In every town there are
Exactly.
nonprofits
And
everywhere.
expenses, donations, everything that it takes, the services that are provided, those happen every single day all year long.
Yeah,
So Colorado Gives is great. Giving Tuesday is great, but that's one time a year
right.
where they're trying to make up a big chunk for what they're trying to do all year long. So become a frequent donor, a recurring donor, even if it's $10 a month, it's 10
Yeah.
bucks a month. We love you
And
just as much as the guys that are donating $1,000 every now and a blue moon.
that's not telling you to not donate during Giving Tuesday or any of those. Go
No,
on ahead and
absolutely
do
not.
that. But make sure that you realize a nonprofit isn't a 2-day a year thing. A nonprofit
Right.
is a 365 plus
And
day a
sometimes
year thing.
24/7. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, look,
yeah, I used to work till midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. You put in whatever it takes to make the mission happen.
I
We don't work on a time clock.
yeah, I did that too. And then I got married and my wife said, yeah, you keep doing that and you won't have a wife no more. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess not. Maybe then.
See, I've been single for the last 10 years on purpose because I would end up having the same issues with anybody that would get with me, because it's like when I am in an organization, I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it all the way. I don't just do things halfway. So I am there doing whatever needs to happen to make sure that we're successful and that we can keep growing the services and the help that we're out there giving to people. That's what it's about. I mean, the best case scenario would be that every nonprofit gets put out of business because all of the issues have been solved. That's not going to happen. So, because that can't happen, what they need is help from the people that can afford to help, the companies that can afford to pony up, and half the companies have other resources that they can draw from. They all have marketing budgets. They also have sponsorship budgets, which are usually two different budgets. Car dealerships, you guys all have co-op money that you can throw at this, so there's lots of ways for you guys to find a few extra bucks. And like I said, even if you can only do, say, $250, you're about to the end of the year, you haven't used up all your marketing dollars. Hey, we got an extra $300 laying around we need to use up. Find a nonprofit, find an event, give a test for the clay shoot, whatever you want to do. But make sure that you're not in that corporate headspace of, well, we got this money, we're just not going to use it. No, there's plenty of people out there who could benefit from what you're giving, and what you have. And again,
Yeah, none of
every
us have
dollar
kids.
counts.
Why would we why would we care about a toy drive? You
Right.
would care because you know what, other people have kids, and these other people are potentially going to use your business. And if
Exactly.
you are not taking care of your organization around your community, if you're not taking
Yeah.
care of your community, you're in the wrong damn community. That's
And
just
get yourself in the headspace that if anything like that unfortunately would ever happen to you, you would be extremely blessed to know that there are organizations out there that you can go to that can help you. And that's the point. Never forget the beginnings of everybody. You start with nothing. You're born, you got nothing. So put yourself back in that headspace of if you had nothing. Everybody is a slave to their houses, their cars, their bills, everything else. But it's like there's people who wish they could be a slave to all of that because they don't have those things. So put yourself in the mindset of being able to lift some people out of the situations that they might find themselves in. No blame, no guilt shaming, none of that. And no, well, they chose this. That kind of talk gets no one out of a situation. And it doesn't help anything. Opinions don't pay the bills. So, and don't bring joy. So you don't get to, no criticisms, no blame game, no none of that. Just be happy that you can make someone else happy and feel that joy that you can be a part of something bigger.
Yeah, opinions are like a keister. Everyone has one, and most of them stink. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the truth. Next Saturday, 1 week from this upcoming Saturday,
Yes.
the NOCO Santa Squad Sporting Clay Shoot. Look, this looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Once again, you got the phone number right up there, 970-317-2682, 970-317-2682. Or go to nocosantasquad.org. That's NOCO for Northern Colorado, santasquad.org. If you're listening to us in Tallahassee,
Exactly.
you know what? It doesn't hurt to take and make a donation from there because, look, we encourage you to find somebody in your community who needs it. But you know what? If you like what they're doing, throw them a bone. Tell them, you know
And
what?
again, it's all
I'd like
part of
to
a
see
bigger
this happen
network
in my
too.
area.
Yeah, and it's all part of a bigger network. We all work together to fill the needs for our communities, and every little bit helps. Like I said, no dollar amount is too small to be able to help, because collectively it's like every drop makes the ocean eventually, and that's what it takes. It takes everybody to say, yes, I can spare a couple of bucks, or I can go throw a toy in, the truck at Walmart on the 26th and 27th, or yeah, I know some guys who should do the clay shoot. It's for a good cause. Get them over there. And again, challenge each other. You guys work better with egos anyway. When you start going, yeah, I can shoot better than you. That's how it works. Yeah,
there you go. You got us right there.
You got to start goading each other and start putting the challenges out there. But
I'd be challenging somebody. Hey, how the hell does this thing work? Am I
God,
holding
you
it right?
know, like I said, can I bring my super soaker? Because that's about my skill level.
I would pretty much have to. I would be the guy out there going pew pew.
Totally.
It didn't work.
Totally.
The thing didn't fall. What happened?
Yeah, I didn't even know what any of that was until years and years ago when people were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go out and shoot clay pigeons." I'm like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "Is some pottery person pissed off and throwing clay pigeons up in the air?" I had no idea what the hell that even meant. So, yes, it's been educational over my lifetime to learn about all these strange sports, everything from like, what the hell is pickleball? Are they hitting pickles? So yeah, I mean, as people keep inventing newer and newer ways to compete and to be weird and shoot strange things, I mean, go for it. But
as a Gherkin fan, if I found out there was a sport where they were hitting pickles, I would protest. I would protest loudly.
So is my youngest daughter. She is like pickle fanatic. She buys everything that's flavored with pickles, from cotton candy to taffy to you name it.
believe it or not,
Yeah.
on one of the stupid phone games that I've got, I am the Gherkin King. That is no
Nice.
joke. I am the Gherkin King. So, I truly do. I live and love my pickles. So, Janet, and again, if you are looking to make a difference in your business, this lady right here, she needs help with the job. She's open for a job, and I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will
Yeah,
not
come
regret
talk
it.
to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm open for conversations all the time, and I like I said, I know what I don't want,
yeah,
but I'm open to, listening to lots of different possibilities. And a lot of places are to the point where they didn't have development people before, and now it's getting to that point where things have shifted, and life is changing, and it's time to bring on somebody that can help them grow to the next level. I am
yeah.
always open for conversations.
And if you just got a little bit of extra time, you can always throw it our way. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah. So, you know what, Janet, it's really great that we're not racing against a clock. On this episode, you and I were always like, okay, we got 30 minutes to talk. Let's go here, 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 here,
Right. I
trying
know.
to get it done, and we always went over anyway. You were always
Exactly.
kind, and we always went over anyway. But this has been so nice just to be able to first off catch up with you. I mean, hell, it's been half a year since we really talked, so it's been
Right.
nice to be able to get you back in here. But please, folks, this is a wonderful, wonderful person, and if you are looking to make a difference, get a hold of Janet. If you have some ideas, if you have some questions, and this is for all nonprofits everywhere. Janet has called and had conversations with people all over the country for me, because I've asked her if she could talk to people. She will talk to you. She will help you through things. She is a wonderful human being.
I'm a mouth. That's all I
Yeah,
am. I talk
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. Let's put it this way. This was supposed to be a 15-minute interview. 46,
How's that
47
going for
minutes.
you?
So, but I love it. I would keep going for the entire 2 hours. Janet, I love you with
Love you
all of
too,
my
babe.
heart, and I appreciate everything that you do. Please send us all the flyers so we can help you promote. Please make us aware whenever you post something, and that way I can take and share it out for you. But thank you, sweetie, and the best of luck.
If you don't have anything going on the 5th, if you want a vendor spot there to help promote Community Pay It Forward, you're welcome.
Hey, if the guys there at NOCO Santa Squad want to maybe get involved with the Community Pay It Forward program, and maybe we could help them raise money, I think that would be a
Absolutely.
pretty good place to announce a partnership.
Yeah. So
So,
think about it.
yeah, well, you
You
think
know
about
me,
it
I
as
don't
well.
let opportunities go by. It's like,
Yeah,
just
yeah, I
every
I
event that I
agree.
used to do, I always invited you because I want you to be able to get your mission out there as well.
Yeah,
So
well, let's definitely I let me look into it. I think that might. I know I'd have fun, and I know that dragging my dad out there, and I know my wife was going to have a blast because she is all kinds of redneck. As long as the spider don't come back to get her, you know. Um,
you're gonna have to find a fake one that looks just like yours and bring it.
yeah. No, no. I like living, and she'd
You
kick
like
my.
living? Yeah. You want to keep your marriage going for a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. 2 years, 2 years wouldn't be a great marriage. So let's keep that going a little bit. But yeah, October 5th, starting at 11
11
a.m.
o'clock.
Yep. Great Guns in Nunn, Colorado. If you need help finding it, give us a call. We'll help you find it. Okay. Look, we support I support anything Janet does. And I
Wow, don't
definitely
go there.
support.
That may be tricky.
Yeah, well, I still stand by my statement. But more importantly, I support anything that supports families. So please
Yes.
come and do this. If you're in the northern Colorado area, southern Wyoming, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, it's not that long of a drive. Okay,
No.
look, you can get here before you can drive across Texas. So why don't you come on up here? All right,
There
come
you
and
go.
visit us.
Yeah,
So
and hit the website. keep an eye on that. Our events and all of our things are up there. Registration for everything is there. Once registration is available for an event, it's up on the website. Connect with us on Facebook. I just started our LinkedIn page last week. So we're on Instagram. So yeah, follow us. There's always news of different things that we're up to, different organizations that have decided to partner up, or where we have a new distribution location, or a donation box, location. So keep up with us, see what we're up to.
Sounds great. All right, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. It's so great to see you again. Let's folks come together for NOCO Santa Squad. Let's make this happen for kids, not just for the Christmas season, but all year
long.
Again, yep. Gives me chills, because that's kind of the way that we do things as well. So if you need any information, please get a hold of us. We'll get you connected with Janet immediately. So thank you, dear.
Thank you.